Hello and welcome back to your own channel Indian Defense Analysis, where we bring to you all the latest development happening in the defense sector. The development of indigenous drones has been moving at snail's pace. We have witnessed multiple prototypes of varying configuration flown over the past decade, but India is yet to field a single credible remotely piloted aircraft RPA fit for military service. The Rustom 2, also known as Tapas BH-201, is the principal male ISR drone program currently in development with DRDO. Recently, we have seen a lot of pictures of Rustom UAV being circulated on social media as our defense minister had visited the ADE facility in Bengaluru. The pictures released were of Rustom 1 and Rustom 2. In today's video, we're talking about the recent updates related to Rustom 1 and 2. So let's get started. Rustom 2 has reported specifications that have varied over the years. Till date, we have seen three versions of the UAV, which are Rustom 2, Rustom H, and now Tapas BH-201. If you talk about the technological advancement in the latest Tapas BH-201, it includes automatic takeoff and landing ATOL and satellite communication SATCOM mode. It is expected to offer an endurance of 24 hours at 30,000 feet, which is yet to be tested. Meanwhile, the program has been dogged by delays and as of October 2020 only demonstrated an endurance of 8 hours at 16,000 feet. Talking about its engine choice, it was surprising for me, and I'll tell you why. DRDO has chosen a pair of piston engines in early prototypes which used two Rotax 914 engines producing 115 horsepower each. The Indian Armed Forces operating Israeli Heron drones have similar endurance and altitude figures with single Rotax 914 engines. The engine was later replaced by a pair of Ostro AE330 diesel engines producing 180 horsepower. DRDO's CVRDE has also developed an indigenous 180 horsepower diesel turboprop engine. Minimum 180 horsepower is delivered by the engine at the altitude of 11,000 feet and has a maximum operating altitude of 32,000 feet. CVRDE is also working on a more powerful engine that can deliver 220 horsepower at a service ceiling of 15,000 feet. Now, if we look at the United States General Atomics MQ-9 Reaper, which is so far the best drone in operation worldwide, it is powered by Honeywell TPE 331 turboprop engine. Interestingly, the same engine is produced in India by HAL for Dornier 228 light transport and STT-40 trainer. The general design, layout and propulsion characteristics of the male UAVs are globally well established. Still, DRDO has strangely opted to pursue all new configuration and ignore an indigenously built engine that is a proven UAV power plant, which I fail to understand why. At present, Tapas can carry a payload of around 350 kg, but with the integration of new powerful engines, its payload capacity can be around 700 to 1000 kg. Theoretically, Tapas should be able to carry 8 anti-tank guided missiles. If you look at the recent images of Rustom 2, its body looks slimmer. Looking from the shape and intake of the propellers, it seems to be integrated by 180 horsepower engine which was indigenously developed. We could also see ground station control and data link hardware on display for Rustom 2. Now we'll talk about the Rustom 1 update. If we look at the recent pictures of Rustom 1 drone released, it has been renamed as Archer UAV. In fact, it won't be wise to call it renamed, as Archer will feature upgraded avionics and configurations compared to Rustom 1. We have also seen an expression of interest from ADE regarding the Archer UAV. As per the EOI, the ADE was looking for a private player for the manufacturing, assembly and integration of the Archer UAV, which means that the upgraded Rustom 1 or Archer is now a mature program almost ready for production. As per the recent reports, we could possibly see its first flight by this month, and we are in the last week of the current month. The Archer platform is being seen as India's counter to any potential acquisition of Turkish Bayraktar TB2 drones by Pakistan. It is going to be a short-ranged, weaponized UAV, SR UAV. It will be used for gathering real-time, high-quality images and signal intelligence. Since it is going to be weaponized, it can destroy the targets of interest. Archer is going to have an endurance of 12 hours and can operate at an altitude of 22,000 feet. It will have a range of 220 kilometers with conventional and auto takeoff and landing. In the picture, we could also see Archer integrated with two anti-tank guided missile launchers. In fact, we have also seen Rustam 1 carrying two Helena missiles during its taxi trials back in 2015, which weighs 43 kgs and has a range of 7 kilometers. Now, if we look at our armed forces requirement, they have total requirement of more than 76 units of Tapas BH class UAV, 60 for Indian Army, 12 for Indian Air Force, and around 4 for Indian Navy. It has also been reported that the construction of 6 prototypes of this UAV is in progress for the user trials. The prototypes will be handed to each of our armed forces for their independent feedback. Looking at the present progress, we can expect the production of Tapas BH in next 2 to 3 years. At the same time, we can expect Archer or upgrade Rustam 1 to enter production much sooner than Tapas. While the development of Rustam program has been seriously been delayed, but now it seems government is focusing in operationalizing this program. This is a possible reason why we could see only 4 orders of Heron Mk2 drones from Israel. This was today's update. Please let us know what is your views about these in comment section. Feel free to post your comments and suggestions about any topic related to defense sector on which you want to hear from us. With this, I would like to say goodbye and Jai Hind friends. Please like and subscribe our video if you have not done already. We will be soon back with more interesting and amazing development happening in defense sector.